What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Average Joe Rating Climb. We are 1974, and we're playing against D4. Let me play knight f6, c4. So we have a couple of options. We could do like a King's Indian. We could go for like a Nimzo Indian. I think I will play a King's Indian this time, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. So we'll go Bishop G7, and we'll play D6. So this is kind of the typical starting position of the King's Indian. F3, the same-ish variation is it's nice and flexible. It obviously defends the center, but really it supports this G4 H4 idea if they want to attack you on the king side. You can still definitely castle, but you have to, know what you're doing. I think I will castle. Let me see. I'm trying to remember. There's some theory here. Probably not going to remember it, to be completely honest with you. So rather than even trying, I'm just going to play like solid logical moves. And let's think about this. Like, I feel like there are some crazy lines here where you like somehow you play this, and then you like get the queen here with the bishop coming, something like that. I wonder if maybe it is. Let's try it. Let's see what happens here. So we're going to play e5. And I might be getting my lines all mixed up, but the idea, I think, is we can do something like that. Yeah, maybe I'm one move behind here or something. Let's think about this. Is it knight h5? Actually, maybe it's knight h5. The idea is that we want to play f5. Okay. So, I mean, if you sit back and do nothing, white's going to play queen d2, castle the other way, and then throw the pawns at you, and you're going to be in trouble. Okay? So you want to do something else. So I'm going to go with knight h5. I don't know if this is the move, actually. I could be getting this all confused. But I'm going to go with knight h5. And my idea is I want to play f5 and not just sit around and let white do their plan. You'll notice if they try to play g4 now, well, okay, what do you notice? Well, yeah, there's this move for one. Now there's bishop f2. I don't think we can quite get away with that. Oh, wow, there's some really interesting things here, actually, that I'm looking at. So for example, if I play the move bishop h6, takes, queen comes out, what is going on? I mean, if you play king e2, you're going to get forked. We do lose the knight, but then we take here. It's a total mess what's going on. If you played king d2, I still think I would play knight g3, traps the rook. Wow, I don't know if that's a bit crazy. Then probably the more normal thing would be to just simply play knight to f4. I'm just debating. There's also... Yeah, wow. Should we even do this? Let's do it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Let's play bishop h6. I think I'm getting this line totally mixed up. There's some crazy lines here, and I think I'm getting them all mixed up, but it's okay. We're going to have some fun with this game regardless. We might not win, but it's going to be fun. So yeah, queen h4 is going to lead to some wild things. So I'm kind of excited about this, actually. Because right now, if I play queen h4, the bishop just blocks, right? So I'm basically saying, look, I'm going to sack a bishop, okay, so that I can play here. Now you don't have a good way to block this check. You only have two legal moves. They do choose king going there, and I think we jump in here with the knight. Oh, there's queen e1. Yeah, see, I missed this move. Oh, no, but I have check. No, actually, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So let's try this. Let's see what's going to happen here. So knight g3, we're going after the rook. If they take me... Ah, okay, I missed this. I missed this. Yeah, I had a feeling I was doing something wrong. Yeah, totally missed that. Okay. So, options are we take it. We're still going to get the rook, but we are going to lose this knight. We're losing a bunch of pieces, so that's not ideal. The other option is we take it here, but then the bishop... Actually, no, the bishop's trapped. That's fascinating. Bishop is trapped? Wow, all right, so let's do this. I don't know what's going on in this game. This is a mess. This is a total mess. It actually looks like I am going to get the bishop after all, which somehow we're going to be even material. Yeah. Anyway, I will say this. When you're playing the King's Indian, it's very helpful if you know some of the theoretical lines, right? Like you've studied, like, okay, these are the best moves in this position. Like that's very, very useful because otherwise you end up in a position like this where I have no idea what's going on. Okay, I think now we can probably just take the bishop. Does it make sense to do anything else? My knight might be getting trapped at some point, so I could play knight f2, but then it gets pinned anyway. Knight h3, I think we would have some potential ways to attack that. All right, let me just go ahead and take the bishop. I don't want that bishop to get away, because if it does... Yeah, they're trying to trap my knight, but it's not actually trapped, right? Because I just go here. Ah, maybe they want to move their king and attack it. Okay. Okay, I see that. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we go here, and then we sack it on g4, and we get to at least get 2 pawns. We also get to get some pieces out there. Otherwise, yeah, they will just simply take it, I think. I guess the alternative would be try to jump my knight in, but no, I don't think it's going to be enough, fast enough. Yeah, I think we should try to save the knight at least temporarily. So let's go knight f2. And I'm expecting we're going to see a king move here. And then I'm thinking we sack here and the bishop comes out. No. They want to go rook f1. Okay, my knight is still kind of trapped. So we kind of need to act quickly if we want to save the knight. Or we do something else. We do have a check. Then the king just moves in. My knight is really trapped. We could really just bust everything open, but I think I'm going to get into trouble when the rook comes over. The problem is I'm not developed, right? So yeah, this is not a great position to be in. Rook f1 is happening. H5 I would like to play, but I don't know if that's going to work out in my favor. After the capture, takes rook f1. Oh, we could get the knight away. Yeah, we could actually do that. All right, so here, rook f1. We're going to have to sack, though. I don't like that. All right, well, I got to make a decision. I'm going to lose on time, so we'll play h5. It seems like the position is all messed up. I messed up the opening big time, but they do play rook f1. And now it's a question of how do I want to sack the knight here? How do we want to sack the knight? Yeah, I guess we just take this. I don't know. Get the bishop out at least. Not a great position, but 2 pawns is at least something. Not the end of the world. We can at least play on. Assume white's going to go here and force a queen. Actually, does that force a queen trade? Maybe it doesn't. I'm going to take this way, try to limit the knight here. And obviously need to get our pieces out quickly. This is really the big problem with our position. We're not developed. I think maybe the line that I was thinking of, we'll check it after the game. This will be instructive. Maybe the line I was thinking of, I wasn't supposed to castle because I felt like I was a move behind in what I was trying to do. But yeah, we'll take a look. We'll see. I could keep the queens on the board if I really wanted to. But it almost looks more dangerous to me with queens on the board, you know? I mean, it's not a great position either way, but yeah, let me take the queens off. Let's just play the end game and see what we can do. If we get f5 and we are able to recapture or at least push, who knows what might happen. Okay, he's attacking me there. King e7, we sack the pawn, come over here, and we try to invade. That's probably the best play. Also, if for some reason they don't take this, we're clearing the way for our rook. We play knight f6, knight c5. You know what? I probably could have played... No, this is fine. This is fine. I'm thinking now we can play a6, force the knight to capture, then it's actually trapped, and we just win a knight. Okay. They can't actually take it. They have to go back. And then we can maybe come here, or actually f8, play f. Yeah, we probably need to do this. We need to get f5 and f4. If we get that, our pawns are actually pretty good. Maybe we can put up a fighting chance here. That's what I'm thinking. Yep, f5 now. And I got this mass of pawns over here. We can go to c5 here, f6 if we need to, maybe rook h8. I don't know, maybe even some cases bring the king to help. Yeah, I think we just push this. Otherwise, we're just losing the pawn. Yeah, we have to push. Have to push. This is going to be a weakness, though, so let's try to defend that guy. We do have knight f6, though. King g5, knight f6. Huh. Also put my rook on h4. Let's do that. Okay, is it knight f6 or rook h4? Bring the knight. I think the knight needs to come over there. Maybe rook h3, maybe g5. Maybe we can push these guys. We do have pressure here if this knight ever moves. It's not that simple. Let me go with a check. Not that simple for white, I guess. I'm not sure if I have time for this, but I kind of would like my king to defend this pawn. Maybe even help support these guys if we can do that. Because white's a little bit tied up, actually. If you move your knight, I take here. If you move your king, I take your knight. So those are kind of stuck. This knight is basically stuck. The rook is not really doing a lot. I mean, this is an interesting position. This is actually a very interesting position. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. I mean, this plan doesn't really do a lot. Hmm. Yeah, I'm going to use the king to support. Well, we can take this. Might even be a nice little sacrifice here at one point, guys. If we sack here and just take like all the pawns, for example, if white plays b5, that's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to have so many pawns. It might be worth it. Okay, they do trade one, which is probably a smart decision. Yeah, like I'm even thinking now, like, what happens if I sack and play f3? Let's just see what white's going to do if I just sit here. If I just sit here in this position, what are they going to do? They're going to bring their rook. Yeah, I'm going to start trying to push this pawn. Maybe we play g3, clear out one pawn, and then we push this guy. Oh, that's what they wanted to do. Okay. Well, this is Still very interesting. I don't want to let him get a free pass pawn, so I'm just going to make sure I can recapture this guy. Probably check, trade, take here to defend. Yes, that's what's going to happen. Notice it defends my pawn, which is kind of a big deal. They can force my knight away. But we can either trade the pawns or I can go for a check and try to defend. Man, I don't even know. I guess we try to defend. Then their knight comes over. We'll try to defend. I'm not sure. Because I think if their king comes so far away, they're going to end up in trouble. Yeah, here we go. Now we get to push our pawn. Oh, do they want to sack? Maybe they're going to sack. I still have these other pawns. This is very interesting. This is actually super... No, they go for that. Yeah, that's a smart move. Okay, we're going to be able to win this knight. Where do I want my knight to be? Here, I think. I think I'm messing this up, guys. I think I'm messing this up. Yeah. I should have traded those pawns. I don't know why I did this. This was a bad decision. I think we're going to lose this game. Or maybe just draw. Yeah, it's probably going to be a draw. I feel like we definitely had to win there. This is going to be a really interesting game to analyze because so much going on. All right, let me make sure I can still get the draw here. I'm going to go here with the knight. Here with the king. We've got the blockade here. I think is good enough. We just... Oh, we just lost it. I just ruined the game. Oh my goodness. Yep, I just threw the game. White saw it too. Wow. Okay, well... that was kind of a mess from start to finish. Let's just say that. Sheesh. I mean, it goes to show you, like, you can't really mess around too much with 1900, 2000 rated players, right? Like, we've seen it a couple games. Like, if I'm not in the zone, I can easily lose to these players, right? So, like, there's a very fine line from, like, 2000 to 2200 to 2400, like, extremely fine. I think you're seeing that in some of these games. So yeah, this is a good one to learn from, though. So let's see. I'm going to check the opening explorer here. There's a particular line. I think it was castling. E5 is main line. E5. Yeah, knight h5 is definitely a line. So I wasn't too far off here. Okay, on g4, bishop h6 is just crazy. I should not do that. I just had to play knight f4, and I was going to be just fine. So I got a little bit... Yeah, just kind of lost my mind there for a second with bishop h6. If I would have just played the normal knight f4, I don't know what our opponent was going to do, but if they ever take this, we're pretty happy because we've got all these dark square weaknesses. The bishop is now amazing, but if they don't take it, then our knight's just kind of like sitting there blocking off what they're trying to do, right? So for example, queen d2, we can play f5. We're just busting everything open. They're not really having time to launch a nice attack on us. We're the one kind of putting the pressure, and this would have been an interesting game. So I just ruined the opening, first of all. That's the first thing. Now, that being said, they played a good move. Yeah, they actually messed it up a little bit, but still got into a winning position. And then here, I kind of came back in the game, I think. Yeah, with these pawns. Yeah, now we're just equal. Okay. They don't really have a clear way through. Stockfish doesn't love my plan, but it's not like ruining my position either. Yeah, rook f3. This was a move that I missed. What's the deal with rook f3? Why is it such a good move? Oh, because the knight is trapped and you can't defend it with your king because your other knight needs the king's protection, which means the only move for white is rook g1. But that's not good because it allows my king to start invading and all of white's pieces are just stuck. Like everything is just stuck. Look at this. Wow. White can't make a single move. Like nothing can move. You move your king away, I take your knight. Move your knight away, I take this pawn. You can't move this knight. If you move your rook up, I lose. Basically, they're just stuck. That's amazing. So I missed this rook f3 idea. Okay. And then what happened here? I'm pretty sure we were totally winning at some point. Like right around here. Yeah, this has to be a win. Oh. Rook b1 check. And so instead of trading, the winning move is rook b1. Followed by f3, hitting the rook. The rook moves somewhere. Then we go check. We take on e4 because if the king takes, we go here. Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's a super complicated position. Like, you can't calculate all this stuff in, at least I can't calculate all this in like a minute or two on the clock. Wow. So a lot going on. I messed it up a little bit by trading the rook, but still, I think we probably, no, I made the right decision. Ooh. Yeah, no, this was actually the right decision. So I was totally winning. Aha. This was the critical mistake. For some reason in my mind, I was thinking that I had a clear way to make this knight sacrifice itself right away. I missed that they could just go here. I missed this idea. So what Stockfish says is, no, you don't push this pawn, you push this one. Push the e-pawn. And now you have a clear path to become a queen. If white goes with their plan, which is what they're going to do, who cares? Just ignore it. They don't have time. If they sack, it doesn't do anything. You still have a pawn ready to go. If they take you, you're going to get a queen way before they even are close. And this is an easy win. Yeah, so really not that difficult. I don't know why. I was just not even thinking about e4. So lots of opportunities to win this game that I missed. I won't say they were easy, but definitely findable. And yeah. And then, of course, at the very end, I think it was a draw. I just blundered the fork. Yeah, this is totally a draw. So as long as I don't get forked like this, it's just an easy draw, just like anywhere else with the king. Because if they ever push the pawn, we just sack it. Just sack the knight. No big deal. And if they try to go here, I just move like this and I take it. Easy. So kind of a silly loss, but hopefully you at least learn something, which at the end of the day, that's the whole point of this, right? Okay. Let's play the next game. We get white. We play e4. And somebody had requested a Ponziani, I think. So we'll try to play a Ponziani. All right, great. So Ponziani, you attack the pawn, they defend the pawn, and you play the move c3. And we're setting up to play a quick d4. It comes at the downside that we can't play knight c3 and defend our pawn. So most of the good moves for black would be either d5 or knight f6, trying to put pressure there. This move doesn't make any sense to me, I don't think, because we could just play d4 anyway. With the tempo, yeah, our opponent just... I mean, again, I've said it before. Like, the inconsistency at 1900 blows my mind sometimes, right? Like, we literally had somebody play a very, very good game, very solid, a couple mistakes here and there, but overall, very, very tough opponent. And then we get this guy who is like pre-moving stuff and blundering pieces on move 4. I'm like, yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, this game is over. It's Okay, they're just throwing the game. Wow. Okay. I don't even know. No, I'm not going to take the bishop. I'm going to take this pawn instead. You take me. Oh, knight d4. Okay, I'll take that one. Like, is this person just tilting? Like, what is happening right now? Hold on, I got to do some research here. Did they, like, lose a couple games and they're just frustrated? They did lose their last game. That was a completely different day. Maybe they know they're playing. I mean, I don't know. I'll just take it. I wonder if we could do like a reset checkmate or something. This might be the game to do it. You know what I'm saying? Might be the game for the reset checkmate. It's been so long since I've looked at. I don't even think I remember how to do it, guys. I really don't even think I remember how to do it. We could try. We could try. Okay, we could try. So I have plenty of pieces actually. I have to get them to take these pawns somehow though. Okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, this is Amon Hamilton from Chessbra. Basically, you set up all of your pieces and you deliver checkmate is what it is. Okay, so like for example, I'm going to set up the knight here, and normally you don't have so many pawns. I have tons of pawns, which kind of is interesting. But yeah, I'll get rid of the pawns and then I'll see if I can do it. How about that? So let's get rid of these pawns and we'll see. Okay, let's go here. I want to just limit the king's ability for right now, so I can kind of do what I need to do. Okay. Now we can safely push all of these guys. Man, I wish I remember. So there's like a bunch of moves that you have to do, and it's something like, was it queen e2, queen g2, rook h3, rook f3, queen g4, something? I'm going to forget. This is why I'm not a GM, because I can't remember these things. So right now what I'm trying to do is safely get rid of all my pawns, okay? So what's the safe way to do that without stalemating? What's the safe way to do that without stalemating? Let me go here. I don't need this queen, so let me give him a queen. And let me give him a pawn. He doesn't want to take it. Let me see if I can get him to take these pawns, because I just need one queen, essentially. I don't need these pawns anymore. Oh, dude, take my pawns. Come on. I have to force him to take the pawn. All right, hold on. Let me go here. I'm going to force him to take some of these pawns. Or I could just get queens and for it. Maybe that's the easy way to force him. All right. Hold on. Queen. 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 Just making sure it's not a stalemate. Queen. Okay, now it would be a stalemate. Actually, hold on. No, it's... Yeah, that would be a stalemate. So, what I'm going to do here... Is this a safe move? Take my queen. Okay. Guys, I know this isn't the normal content, so I apologize if this is annoying you. I'm just going to see if I remember something. So, we're going to try the reset checkmate. I know I'm really slow, so apologize for that too. All right. We have to get rid of the queens. No, you got to take it, dude. You got to take it, my friend. Okay. Check. Make him take it again. Okay, this is a safe square. Make him take it again. All right, so we're getting close to the point where we can start to think about the reset checkmate. I just have to get rid of a couple more queens here. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So let's see if I can remember it. Here we go. Okay. So essentially what you do is you set up all the pieces and there's like a sequence of moves that I think always leads to the checkmate. Now, I had it memorized before, but that was like months ago and I've slept a few times since then. So I thought it was something like Queen E2, Queen G2, Rook H3, Rook F3, Queen G4. You're kind of doing this like ladder mate thing. And then something funky happens here, I believe. Can I completely go with it? Man, I don't remember, guys. Is it like it this way? How did we do that? Maybe I can figure it out when we get closer. But you have to force the king to like come up as you're doing it. Okay, so that would be a stalemate. So how does this work? I don't remember. I just don't remember. All right, we're just gonna try to do it our own way then. Let me just see if I can do it a different way. How about we go here? I'm totally messing this up. This is not how it's supposed to be. All right, well, let's just do it anyway. Force the king over here. Let's see. Back. And I don't think I'm doing this right. Hold up. We got to get him to come this way. So I need to work on this. Let's see. Here we can force him to come up. Okay. That's actually good. Ooh, are we getting close? Hold on. Check would force the king here. Rook here. Yeah, this is close, guys. This is actually pretty close. Okay, so you need, let's see, the rook here. Here and here could be safe squares for the king to move back and forth between. Okay, hold up. Let's try this. Let's go here. Oh, I didn't think about that. Hold up. Gotta get the king to these squares, I think. Okay. That would be checkmate. Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. So the king has to move. This shouldn't be that difficult. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this. King has to move here. We'll play rook d3. Okay, then he has to go to b4, right? Okay, so we want the king to bounce back and forth between these squares. So maybe I'll put my queen on c7. That okay, now he has to go back and forth here and here. I can safely put my rook in position, I think. And then it's just a question of check here. Oh yeah, that should do it. That should do it, guys. All right, hold up. Rook h2. So if I play rook h1, he goes here, I go check. He goes here, I go here, he goes here, checkmate. That's it, right? I think we did it. Probably took way longer than it needed to, but you know what? Fine. Reset checkmate. Here we go. So check with the queen. Queen d4 is going to give him one square to go to. And then we have the checkmate. Beautiful. Thank you, Aman, for that one. Yes. We did it in a real game. You know what? I probably could have done it with like leaving some pawns or something on too, but I don't know. It might have been more challenging. I don't know. 13 misses. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't think we need to review that game. Well, let's why not? Let's review it. Why not? Our opponent had a higher accuracy than we did. How does that make you feel? They had an 89 accuracy because they were playing the best moves most of the game, and I wasn't. That is actually hilarious. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Back to the educational content. Okay. Let's play e4 again. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Okay, we're going to play my gambit because it's like the only thing I play against the Caro-Kann, right? We're going to play f3. We're going to take the pawn back. Of course, we like this because it opens up the f file. We can castle, we can use our rook, and everybody's happy. Now, black goes for the very passive approach where they block their bishop in. I personally love playing against this. It's just very nice and straightforward. We're going to go queen e1. Yeah, exactly. Queen e1 is a typical maneuver that we can do when we want to attack someone on the king side. And I'm actually going to drop my bishop back, which might seem counterintuitive, but this is not really a weak spot for me, right? He's got it well defended. My bishop's not really doing much there. But this is a very serious threat. I'm actually going to go there right now. This is about to be a checkmate threat. All I have to do is get rid of this knight, right? And I have a couple of very easy ways to do that. Bishop g5 is one example, right? So yeah, bishop g5, I don't even need to worry about my knight because if they take my knight, I'm taking here and I have checkmate next move, like game over, right? So we can safely sacrifice our knight here. Not a big deal. So black has to react. Probably they're going to play h6. Yep. And usually when this happens, we sack it. Now, the other move is knight to e4, and then when they take, we take with one of our knights, which also looks very good and actually might even be better. So let's just do a little calculating. Takes, takes, takes. They take our knight. We then play knight g5, and we are threatening bishop h7 and probably checkmate. That looks extremely good. Let's check knight e4. If they take me, I take them with a fork. That looks very good. If they take me here, I take probably with this knight because I want to checkmate and I want to trade that one off. I don't see how they're surviving that. I don't know if it matters. They both look winning to me. I'll choose this one only because I wonder if there's some tricky potential moves with their knight, with an attack on my queen while I don't have the checkmate threat. So because of that, I'm going to go with this one. I think it might be a little bit safer, but I think both of those are probably winning. But you see how easy this is, guys? This is super easy. Like, I just developed my pieces. I slid my queen over and around. And now we're just in a winning position. And actually, they just blunder the fork, or maybe they thought that was their only move. Maybe it was, I don't know. But this is obviously not a good position for black, right? I mean, we're going to take this knight back. We're just winning all their pieces, and they have undeveloped. It's bad, right? But you see how easy that is? That's why I like this opening. You get the F file to work with. The fact that the pawn is not on F2 allows you to do this. Queen E1 to H4. You can't do that if your pawn's on F2, right? So there's just a lot of things about it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could probably just take the queen and be happy with the material there. Oh, wait, am I not up a piece in that position? Maybe I'm not. Okay, so I have a better idea. Let's take this, threaten checkmate. Yeah, this looks better. You can't take me because of checkmate. You probably have to play like F5. And then if I take the queen, they take the queen. I take, they take. Wait, am I not up a piece? Wait, what? Is this like a legit? Hold up. I thought for sure I was going to be up a piece in this line. How did I not? Because they took my knight. I took their bishop. Oh, and now we're just trading queens. No, that's amazing if that's how this works. No, there's got to be some. Wow. This is how you can survive. That's pretty crazy to me. Yeah. No. Okay, so I guess we don't want to trade queens. Feels like I might have missed something there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take here. They can't take my queen because then they don't get the bishop. So they have to take my bishop back. And their king looks exposed. But for some reason, I thought I was going to be up material. I'm actually not up material, which is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. But anyway, we're going to invade with the knight, stop them from playing knight c6, or at least have a response to knight c6, and then probably bring the rook over. Yep, take that. We'll bring the rook. Okay, so we still have a great position. Definitely feel like I must have misplayed something. So maybe this was the best move. Maybe knight e4 was. I just thought like no, there's no way they can do this. They're losing, but yeah, I don't know. Might have been something I missed. Okay. Anyway, it happens. Here we are, and we have to play on. So let's think about the best way to do this. Oh, I just realized something. I have an appointment that I totally forgot about. My computer just told me. Oh, wow. Yeah, I need to go. I'm going to be so late. Wow. Okay. I need to finish this game quickly. So I'm going to like just pick up the pace. I got to go. I thought my appointment was at a different time than it actually was. So it's time to go. I'm going to put the pressure here. Take this pawn. They want to trade queens. Fine, but still going to get my pawns. Yeah, so this will be the last game. I apologize, guys. I'm going to take this. Threatening rook e7. Okay, they didn't see it. Take the bishop. Got the discovered attack here. Everything's defended. We could play g4 just to support the bishop. King is trapped. Do I have checkmate? Hold up. I'll just take the rook. Why not? Take the rook, and that's an easy game. All right, sorry about this, guys. I need to go like now. I didn't realize what time it was, so I apologize. All right, there's the win. Update the win, and I do need to go, so I won't analyze. Actually, I want to show you. It's important. Hold on. We'll just do it really fast. We'll just do it very fast. Best move in this position. Yeah, it was bishop takes h6. Yep. So I missed the response here. I didn't think. Oh, knight takes c4 wasn't even the best response. It was actually knight d5. So I did miss a move. And if you want to analyze that at home, feel free. Knight d5 was the move there. But bishop takes h6 was actually winning for me. So I just played the wrong move. All right. Sorry, guys. This is a weird episode. I know But yeah, anyway, see you next time. Stay sharp, play smart, take care.